guys, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called Take Me to Church by Hozier. And it starts off with a cool chord progression for our main verse on an E minor chord. Normally you play this first finger on the A second, second finger on the D second, and if you strum all those together, it sounds like E minor chord and it sounds really sad. Now you may also want to think about adding in the third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of working that as an E minor 7 through the song. And from the E minor we go to an A minor chord. This first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the D second fret, third finger on the G second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord and it sounds really sad. Now you may also dig on lifting off the first finger and making an A sus2, or adding in the pinky on the B third for an A suspended chord and kind of saying some stuff around that chord. Or you could take the A minor and lift the third finger for an A minor 7, or you could add in the pinky on the high E third for an A minor 7. Or you may dig on an A7 sus by doing first finger on the D second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. That might make that change a little bit easier. And on the intro, actually, it's almost like we'd be doing 4 on our E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then A minor for 2, and then back to E minor for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, A for 2, and then we go to a G major chord. I normally do this first finger on the A second, second finger on the low E third, third finger on the high E third. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also dig on putting the third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. That sounds a G major and it sounds really happy. And on the G, it's almost like we do our 4 on the G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 on the A, back to E minor for 4, and then back to A minor for 2. So it's it's kind of a 3-4 measure, but we're kind of splitting it 4 plus 2 or 2 plus 1, depending on how you're thinking about it. But you got E minor 2, 3, 4, A minor, E minor 2, 3, 4, A minor, G 2, 3, 4, A, E minor, A, E minor, A, E minor, A, G, A, E minor, A, and then we end up with some cool tags. And on the first chorus, we go to a D major, or on the first verse, after that twice we go to a D major chord. And when you play D major, first finger goes to the G on the second fret, second finger on the high E second fret, and third finger on the B string third fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also dig on lifting off the second finger, or the dangerous finger lift. That sounds a D sus2. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E third for a D suspended chord and kind of say some stuff around the D chord. And we kind of do the D for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go to a C major chord. Normally you do this first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the D second fret, third finger on the A string third fret, and if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also dig on lifting off the first finger, making that a C major 7, or adding in the pinky on the B third for C major 9, kind of say some stuff around the C. Or another way to play C major 9 is to do first finger on the D second, second finger on the A third, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, and we kind of strum the A string to the high E string. That sounds a C major chord, C major 9. And on that tag, actually, it's kind of 4 on the D, and then 4 on the C. And we almost kind of start that over again. Now, you may also dig on a strum pattern. Actually, one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4-4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So if you took the E minor and just tried that a lot, you got down, down, up, down, up, down. Timing on the first part is going to end up being kind of a down, down up on the E minor, and then you may want to go to the A minor for just a down or a down up to kind of get the 3. So you got E minor 1, 2, A minor on the 3, kind of an idea. So you got E minor, down, up, A minor, E minor, down, up, A minor, G, down, up, A minor, E minor, down, up, A minor, D, down, up, and then you got the C with the whole strum pattern on the second time through. Kind of hear this cool little bass line where you could play third on the A, second on the A, second on the A, and then open A. And it becomes clear the second time through. Actually, I think the second verse is a little bit easier to hear which bass notes are playing. But kind of a C, B, B, A to help lead us into our chorus or our verse tag. Now, another strum pattern there that I would think about using is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, down, up. Kind of a 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that beat into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. And what I mean by that is if you take the E minor and do it down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. And on the second beat, you do it down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, 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 up. And on the third beat, you do it up on 2, down on 3. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the last beat, you're going down and down right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. So we're going to try that through that first verse. The weird part is all our measures of 3. So on the E minor, A minor, you may want to do it down, 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 up, and then go to the A minor for a down, down, up. And then kind of repeat that, actually. E minor, down, down, up, A minor, down, up. And then we got the same thing for the G to A minor. And then the same thing for the E minor, A minor. And then the weird thing becomes where we've got those DC tags. Now the weird thing is on that first DC tag, you may want to do just the down, 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 up on each of those chords. And on the second DC, like at the very, very end of the verse, you may want to do the D with the down, 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 up, and then kind of save the whole pattern for the last C. And then we can throw in that lick, that 3, 2, 2, 0, to lead into our verse tag. So all the way through the whole first verse, we'd have the E minor, down, down, up, A minor, E minor, down, down, up, A minor, G, down, down, up, A minor, E minor, A minor, E minor, A minor, E minor, A minor, G, A minor, E minor, A minor, then we got our D, C, then back to E minor, A minor, E minor, A minor, G, A minor, E minor, A minor, D, down, down, C, down, 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 up, down, 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 3, 2, 2, 0, to lead into our verse tag. And on our verse tag, you may just want to do downs. Actually, it's kind of a big G, and then a C, and a G, and then a C, and then a G, and then a C, and then a G. And you may want to throw in kind of another lead-in lick here where you can play open A to 3rd fret on the low E, and then 3rd fret on the low E to 2nd fret on the low E. It's kind of a lead-in into the chorus, kind of A, G, G, F sharp, if you kind of dig on that. Now timing-wise, it's almost like back into the 3. So you could do the downs, actually kind of G, 2, 3, 4, C for 2, G, 2, 3, 4, C for 2, G, 2, 3, 4, C for 2, G. Or you could work the down, down, up, down, up, kind of G, down, up, C, G, down, up, C, G, down, up, C, and then a big G. And then we'd have our lead in to lead into our chorus part. And on the chorus part, you could do downs too, actually kind of the E minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but then we go to a B7 chord. And normally you do this first finger on the D 1st fret, second finger on the A 2nd fret, third finger on the G 2nd, and pinky on the high E 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B7 chord, and it sounds really nasty. Now you may also dig on taking the third finger and just flattening them over the G, B, and E, and kind of making that a B9 if you want to jazz it up a little bit. And we end up with 8 on our B, and then we go to G for 4, A minor for 4, and then back to our E minor. And on that last E minor, you may want to do kind of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then throw in the lick, 0, 3, 3, 2, or you could just generalize that and kind of think the 8 downs through the E minor. So we have E minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, B7, G, 2, 3, 4, A minor, E minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or if you're doing the down, down, up, down, up, the weird part is that G and A minor, and you may want to do just a down, down, up on those chords to kind of have. So through the chorus that way, you have the E minor, down, up, down, up, B7, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, A minor, down, up, A minor, down, up, pattern on everything except for the G and A. And on that part, you want to do the down, down, down up on each of those chords to kind of half them. And if you want to throw in the E minor lick, you can do the down, down, down up on that, and then throw in the 0-3-3-2 idea. See that? The E minor, E7, G, A minor, E minor, down, 0-3-3-2, E minor, E7, G, A minor, E minor. And then from that chorus, then we'll be going into our second verse. Now, one other thing I think about adding to the song, though, is the bass notes. And a lot of times on the first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you can throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the E minor, you'd have low E for the bass, down, up, down, up. On the A minor, you'd have the A for the bass. On the G, you'd have low E for the bass. On the D, you'd have the D for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the B7, you'd have the A for the bass. So we could kind of add basses to the verse, and this is a little weird. You may want to do kind of a bass, down, up, and then the A minor with a down, up, kind of an idea. So E minor bass, down, up, A minor, E minor, A minor, G, A minor, E minor, A minor, and then D, bass, down, up, C bass, down, up, and then E minor, down, up, A minor, E minor, G, A minor, E minor, A minor, D, and then the C, down, up, down, 3-2, 2 rows, kind of throwing in that lick. Or if you're digging on the 16th, you could work it off with bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or a bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or a bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down. So you have the E minor, A minor, E minor. Oh, and I was digging on that actually. If you dig on that, you can do a bass, down, down, up on the E minor, A minor with a bass, down, up. You want to get some quick basses and all that. So E minor, down, down, up, A minor, E minor, G, A minor, E minor, A minor, D, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, E minor, down, down, up, A minor, down, down, up, A minor, G, A minor, E minor, A minor, D bass, down, down, C bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, 3-2, 2 low to lead into our next chorus. And you could do the chorus with a bass, down, up, down, up. And on the GA, you may want to do just a bass, down, up on those two chords. So you have E minor bass, down, up, down, B7, G bass, down, A minor bass, down, E minor bass, down, and you can throw the lick. E minor bass, down, up, down, B7 bass, down, down, G bass, down, up, A minor, down, E minor. Or if you're digging on the 16th, then on that GA, you may want to do a bass, down, down on each of those chords to kind of half them. So you have the E minor, B7, G, A minor, E minor, E minor, E7, G, A minor, E minor, 3-3-2 to lead into our bridge part. And on the bridge, we start on our C major. It's kind of a 4 count on the C, 4 count on the G, 4 on a B7, and then we do almost kind of a G for 2, and then an E minor for 2. So that's a little weird because it's almost like the B7 G minor, kind of half in a bar, kind of 4 + 2 + 2. So you got a C, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, B7, G for 2, E minor, C, G, B7, G, E minor, kind of an idea. Or if you're doing the down, down, up, down, up on that B7, you may want to do a down, down, up, and then just do a down on the G, down on the E minor. So you have the C, down, up, G, down, up, B7, down, up, G, E minor. Or you can throw in bass, C bass, down, G, bass, down, B7 bass, down, up, G, E minor, C bass, down, up, G, down, up, B7, down, up, G, E minor. And we end up repeating that 4 times through our bridge. and then you'll kind of hear the D and then the C idea. It kind of works as our verse tag kind of come in at the very end. So if you're working on the 16th, this is where it gets really interesting, is you'd have kind of the bass down, down up on the C, bass down, down up on the G. On the B7, you'd have the bass down, down up, and then on the G minor, you may want to do a bass down, up, E minor, bass down. So all the way through the bridge that way, you have the C, G, B7, G, E minor, C, G, B7, G, E minor, C, G, B7, G, E minor, C, G, B7, E minor, or G, E minor, and then we got our D, and our C with our whole pattern. Just go back to downs on that, actually kind of G, C, G, C, G, C, G, or you could kind of throw in the basses on that. You can make it kind of a bass down up on the G, down on the C. So kind of G, down up, C, G, down up, C, G, down up, C, G. Or if you're working the 16ths, you could work as a bass down, down, up, and then go to the C for a bass down up. So G, down, down, up, C, down, up, G, down, down, up, C, down, up, G, down, down, up, C, down, up, G. And then you'll kind of hear that little bass line come in, that 3-2, 3-2. It's kind of a new bass line tag, I guess. But G, F sharp, G, F sharp to lead into our last chorus. And then we'll be back on E minor. Around these chords too, feel free to take this lesson and kind of run with it any way you want to kind of make it your own. Kind of end up with a big E minor at the very end. But that's the basics of how you could strum through Take Me to Church. So good luck.